Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another banger Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, come at you guys with even more buyouts. We got a lot of cards to go over. Some Blue Eyes cards, QCs being bought out, Argostars making a lot of movement, and more actually. Some cheaper picks for you guys too, because you guys are always asking, Saki, what should we pick up now? I got you this Market Watch. All I'm asking, if you guys could smash that like button, 100 likes on this video would be the goal. Subscribe if you're not already. Check out our sponsor, Buy Anything on TCG. Put my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost too, and does not have to be just Yu-Gi-Oh! Check out Whatnot. Use my link. $15 on your next purchase. And they have Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, etc. And it helps the channel. So go check it out. A lot of you have actually been checking out Whatnot and have been loving it. So I'm glad about that. Love to have them as a sponsor of the channel. Thank you, my YouTube channel members. Consider being one. I have tiers as low as $2 up to, I think, like 50, but I don't really expect people to click on that one. But the goal is 25 to 35 channel members. So if you guys could consider being one, be awesome. Argostars. So this has been making moves in the OCG. The support from Alliance Insight, which I'm probably going to call Duelist Alliance accidentally 33% of the time, so be warned. Is actually pretty good. It's been having tops in the OCG, and a lot of people really like this set. We also have more continuous trap support coming out of our next maze set. So Argostars is looking like a deck you're going to want to keep your eye out on. Right now, Glorious Adra right over here. Your QCs are 35. You got 5 copies here, but remember, people are going to want playsets of this. So let's say 2 people come through and want their playsets. Okay, one of them's going to have to pay that 47 mark, right? Well, actually, no. 5 plus 1, guys. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players can't really do math. So, 2 people get their sets for 35. Then you got 47, 50, 55, 60, 70 bucks here. The sales history on this has been quite interesting because just on the 31st here, I did not scroll down. A bunch of people are buying the copies, and then you see a 3-piece right there. Yeah. Argostars, people have their eye on it. This QC is very hot if it's selling this much already. So you might want to get your copies while you can. You do also have the trap here, which a lot of people don't really have their eye on because it's like 2021. Most people would rather have the main deck monster, and I don't know how many copies of this card you play. I do know you play it, but I don't know how many you play. Seeing that it searches, it should be good enough, but QCs right now are 20. I think a lot of people would rather just get the main deck monster, but this is not bad at 20 bucks. If you could snatch one up for 15, very good. Secrets here. She's like $6. You got 20 copies right here from Turtle Rock Gaming. I bet you have Gamer's Choice with a wall if I go on the next page somewhere. 33. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, like 12 copies. Okay, maybe not. But does go up to 7, 8 here. People will probably want base rarity if this card is good as well. So keep an eye out on that. You got the Ultras right here at like cents here. Guys, if you want a penny stock, if this deck does anything, we could see this be a $2 to $5 Ultra very, very easily, if not more. So this is a very good penny stock. I would highly consider getting it. It's literally going to cost you pennies on the dollar. Like, I can't even round you up to $1. This is literally like, you know how you find like change in your cup holder on your car because you're too lazy to take it out, but you know that you have a solid $7 to $8 there with pennies, dimes, and you're not going to use it. That's what this is basically. Penny stocks literally. Bonfire Blossom here, QC. So I was looking over this, and you got people like at $6, $7. This card was usually an $8 to $10 card. This card was as low as $6 right now. Very cheap. I would highly suggest you get your QC Bonfires. A lot of people are a bit worried. Hey, Saki, what happens if they reprint Rarity Collection 1? And to that I say, I mean, it's going to be unlimited. So you have first edition, right? That's kind of the thing you have. Plus, we got to see if they're really going to do it. They've been reprinting rarities left and right here. But if they reprint the first one, they'll reprint all of them. But yeah, $5, $6 for your Bonfires. Very cheap and good to get right here. Champion Pack 7s are 133, 147. So I remember, and I hope the sales history isn't going to do a good job showing this. You see 175 here, which right now, if you go, they're like, what, 140, I think I saw? Yeah, like 133, 150. This card does go up. This was actually as high as like 300. I know a lot of people are probably like, Oh, yeah, as you can see right there at 250. Why should we get this when we have the QC? I personally like these a lot more for older format like Edison. It's something I personally want, but it is a lot of money. Bonfire QCs, we got Rizio doing great stuff with this card. 18, 20 bucks here. This card has been very, very solid value throughout time. Maybe it could go up. You see a huge dip down right there. I don't know why, but yeah, a huge dip down there. $20 for Bonfire today. Stratos getting bought out again. They said part 2, 65 up to $80 for your quarter century Stratoses. I mean, I'm not going to say this card was ever cheap, but it was a lot cheaper. Your Platinums have been getting chewed on. As you see here, $3 here going up to 4. These were around that $2-ish mark. I'm not going to count all this, but you guys could see all the buys here from the last week. It's a ton. That card will probably average out to $10. So if you got them at 2-3, good job. $3 is not bad to get them at all. And you know a lot of people, I at least have a wall here at like 21, but that'll be chowed down pretty quickly here. Blue Eyes, White Dragon, QC. These are also going up in anticipation for the new deck. 178, 200, go up to 265. This card went as low as 140, back from its initial buyout at like 250, 300, something around that range. Does kind of go up on there on the first page again, but yeah, this card was never too affordable. I am glad with the other one from the tins, which we'll take a look at that one actually. Fun fact, by the way, I actually have a no name of that card, and it looks amazing. Like if I get a miss, I'm usually never get a misprint like that, so I was very glad to actually get one of them. They're like 30-32 today, not too bad. Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus QC. Now, a lot of players gravitated towards this because, hey, Crystal Beast is very popular, especially among old heads. We have the other Crystal Beasts like Carbuncle, and this is part of the nostalgia pool, so a lot of people are kind of eyeing, hey, what's not being talked about? What's not, what's a really good older card that hasn't spiked up, like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, all the other stuff. Right now, they're 18s. If you got this at about $10 when I told you, hey, good job, you made some money because you're basically up almost 2x on a double-digit card. Goes up to $20 here on this second page. There's not really a second page. It's like 30s here. So if you got set, good job. Centurion Legatia. Now, it's really funny about this card because I was talking to my team member, Team Soccer, also Jake, if you don't know, my best friend. He doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Too much anymore, but we were talking about the game, and I was sitting here trying to figure out how he knew what White Forest was and Centurion. And he said, well, since I have you shocked, riddle me this. Centurion is just Crystal Beasts, but they made a meta. And I was sitting here like, huh? He's like, yeah, they're Crystal Beasts, but meta. Tell me they're not. And I thought about it, and I kind of see it with the play style, not just the spell and trap zones, but they try to get some big level 12 on board, like come on, the Crystal Beast Dragon. It's kind of crazy actually. Look at QCs are 40. Yeah, these QCs aren't doing shit. Players are like, yeah, Centurion is not it right now. Calamity Band did not kill it, but I think the format just hasn't been good to this. Auxilia is back down to 35 for your QC, but Centurion will probably rise up eventually again. Your Primeras are like 5s going up to $7, but they're stacking 102 listings. That's a lot. Same with Trudea, $8 here. That's quite a bit as well. So yeah, better than the 10s that they were. They were like that. Yeah, in fact, she was about 14s. So keep an eye out on this because if they go really low, like $2, $3-ish, $4, you might want to go grab your copies. Like even this is not awful, but to be honest with you here. Cyber Dragon, yo, you guys know I have to give a little bit of love to an OG. Your first ed lightly plates here, so you have unlimited like Italian, all that. That's great. First ed light plate for 300, guys. I don't remember seeing an OG Cyber Dragon this low. I remember when these were like 600, 700. People were being like, "Oh, I gotta get this." Oh man, this is amazing to see. Like, you know what? That's probably going to move real quick. This is a very good price for your OGs here, honestly. So 300 here, 450. Yeah, in fact, I want to look at this card. This card looks cool. Cyber Draco, just OG ulti looks good. We have the alternate art as well here at 45.50, going up to 60 bucks here. I've been covering this card a lot, and you guys might be like, Saki, why do you keep involving this card? Because I really do think that this is a card that a lot of players are going to gravitate towards. Not only is it a much cheaper Cyber Dragon ulti, but we have the new Cyber Dragon support in Duelist Alliance. Alliance Insight. See, I told you guys I'd make the mistake. Yeah, 45 goes up to 60, 62 here. These are still selling like hotcakes, like I said, and I want you guys to be ahead of the curve here. Yeah, pretty big sales here. But guys, if you're like, I don't want to spend that much on this card, you got QCs, and your QCs right now, you want your normal ones, they're $3. You can't argue with a $3 QC. You do have the alternate arts, and I think these look way better. 23 going up to $30 here. If you guys don't know, I love Ultra Art Cyber Dragon QC a lot more. That's why, like, even though I love the OG ult of this ulti, I just know I'm not going to play it. Granted, this card's so old, you probably shouldn't play it anyway. But, yeah, Ghost Rares are, you got one here for, well, basically 43, going up to 58. You guys know my opinions on Ghost of the Past, too. Someone looks like they fucking blew a load on the back of the card, and I just hate it. The cards always look damaged. Handling them's really bad. They're actually, the quality on this card is so bad that I personally, as someone who has a store, I don't really like moving these kinds of cards. Like, I'm not saying I won't, but 9 out of 10 times, I really don't want to participate in anything to do with these Ghost Rares from Ghost of the Past the Second Haunting. The quality is so horrendous that I don't want to handle it. I got one of these for, I think, 20 bucks because the back looked better. And I think they were 25 at the time. So I was really like, you know what? Sure. And I just tossed it somewhere so that either I have it, or if I change my mind, I'll eventually be looking at, like we see here, a little bit more of a price tag, right? I can move it for cards that don't look bad. Also, if you guys haven't hit that like button yet, please consider smashing that button. It takes like just a couple seconds. Usually I get like 1 like per like 15 people. It's usually like 10 likes per 100 for the first, like, 300 views, and then it kind of falls off from there. So make sure to smash that like button. 100 likes on this video would be great for me providing this awesome content for you guys. And subscribe if you're not already. We're like 11 subs off of 5,400. So White Forest QCs, these are, I want to make sure I don't have the light play. No, okay. So all of them just happen to be light play at 119. Cool. That's funny. The normal version of this card, we're actually going to take a look here and see if they're moving. Great, we're going to have to scroll for a little bit. That's unfortunate. Rabbits are 40 today. We get to see some other cool cards at least. These are like 30 bucks still. I have to admit that the support from Supreme Darkness didn't really move these White Forest cards. I understand we have the YCS tomorrow, or today actually, while you guys are seeing it, we have YCS Orlando, which shout out to Fresh Off the Press. He had me in his live stream, and he's going to be there, so go say hi to him. But I hope they do something, and by the time you guys see this video, you guys are commenting, hey, Saki, you just had to wait one more day. I hope, but who knows? You got QC engravers here. These are 194, 210. Secrets are like 75, 80. People are scared of that platinum rare in, Stampede, which you guys are probably going to see a Stampede discussion video very soon, by the way. Purrely from OTS 22. Now, they added pictures to OTS 22. Finally, by the way. I'm really happy about that. That makes me very, very happy. These are like $5, $6 still. There's 30 listings here, and there's walls, right? $7 here. But it's really funny because this OTS card is so cheap that someone could be like, you know what? I can gamble on this, and OTS Ulti is usually supposed to cost at least like 30 bucks. I can get 9 copies for, $63 or something like that. So, like, I do feel like someone with not even deeper pockets, but just an epiphany is going to come over here and bump this up to double digits again. But I actually want to see the sales history on this because that's very reflective. So, in the last, say, 2 weeks here, you got playset 2, playset 4. Yeah, I mean, 6 right there. Again, people are like sort of cleaning it out. I think this card could definitely be a double-digit card eventually. If you guys do not have your copies of this card, players still like Purrely. I was playing against the guy. He was playing Purrely Mimigol, and it was actually kind of interesting. Does it stand up against meta? Not really. But it's still, it was something fun I saw recently. Gold Pride, Captain Carry. We're eventually going to get that new support. I know it's already been announced and we have all the cards, but I know at least it was okay from what I've read. Carries right now are 33, going up to $60. Now you got people here with 5, 7 copies. I don't think they're going to make Captain Carry a QC. So this is just something that can easily go up to that like $60, $80 mark again. I actually want to go over the sales history of this card. Not really much here. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 copies in the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's selling, right? The sales history is here. But, Grangle, the Dust Dragon, QC 85, 135, 160 for your copies here. This card is now not played at 2. It's played at 1, I believe, in the deck for branded. People are afraid of the QC. But we've seen this card be really, really low and then really high. It's been quite volatile as a card. As you guys know, I always told people to get this around $100. If they make this the QC, I just don't think it. They've reprinted this card in Turmoil Revenge. They reprinted it in the tins. They have an OG Ultra print. If they put this in Stampede, just call yourself unlucky. I actually think this is not a bad QC to pick up. In fact, I just want to check my claim here. Yeah, so we got Secret in the Tins, Secrets in Turmoil, and the OG Ultra here, which, you know what? You're actually seeing a little movement, like $2 to $3 across the board with the Prismatic, which tends to look a lot nicer. The card does look amazing, $3. I gotta say, I adore the artwork in this card. Look, I don't like branded that much. It's not that I hate the deck per se. I just think that the deck's gotten so much for so long, and I just got tired of seeing it because, I don't like when I see the same deck being played for 4 to 5 years. It's just really not my thing, but the artwork looked fantastic. So, especially with Dust Dragon, it's one of my favorites. Herald of Orange Light. You guys know I expect to see this card in Stampede. But your OTS Supers, you got 4 here, going up to $5 here. But you do got, some play sets here. This second page right over here, guess what? That shows $10. Right now, let's see. It says low volatility. I'm going to be perfectly honest. This card sells like hotcakes. I feel like I say that a lot, but yeah, look at the sales history on this. I can't even bother to count this. Look, 28th to 30th one here, and it's like, I see at least like 30 copies because 3, 6, 10, 14, 17, 20, 23, 25, 27, 29, and I'm not counting the ones. So, yeah, if this card's selling 30 copies plus on average in 3 days, yeah, this card's hot right now. Borreload Savage Dragon QC. So, I was actually looking over this card. We're going to go over only near meds. And I always told people, this is a very good $5 QC to pick up. And when I was thinking about good $5 QCs to pick up, I'm like, let me mention Savage again, because it's probably around a $7, $8 card. And I went to look at it, and don't get me wrong, it is a $7 up to $8 card. But the listings are definitely low. And on the bottom of the page here, I see $11, right? So if you got these at 5, not only did you get your money back and more, but you're up on the rise here. Because look, after just a few more copies, that $25, $28 mark. I don't think it's too late to get this card. It's not bad to get this card. Do I think it's going to sell at 27? It could sell at 21, maybe 25. I'm not saying people would buy it at 27, but my problem is I look at the OG here, right? And these are 42. So, we know that there is a ceiling for this card. And the ceiling is, because I assume people are going to spend, if the value of a QC is 75% or 70% of the OG Starlight, people are probably rather going to go to the OG Starlight. I really think the wall is 20, 21 on that card, maybe 25. But again, if you got for 5 or 6, that's music to your ears, right? I still think this is a very good safe ban card because what are they going to do? Reprint this again? They can't. Dark Corridor Secrets. This is something very interesting. These are $4 to $6. I always forget the love that people have for Dark World. It really is a fan favorite deck. Your OGs are basically the same thing here until it bombs out at $8. So if you want these or you're interested in them or you already have your mega packs, you might as well grab the OGs and just move your mega packs here. Just get yourself a free upgrade here. That's what I would personally do. Let's go over the QC as well here. These are what, like 35, 40 here? Yeah, like 35. You got a bunch of copies here at 35, 35, going up to 50 here. Okay, so the card's repopulated. People want their play sets. It's mostly selling at 20, 17 there. So, but the sales history exists. I mean, it's not terrible. Let's say like in a month, right? Yeah, because a lot of people buy them on the 30th, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10, 14. So you sold basically 5 play sets in a month of a card that's not relevant at all. That's pretty good volume, honestly. Crimson Dragon Secret Rare from the Mega Pack is 20, going up to 25, going up to 37. This card's going to be ugly at 30s. Very, very ugly. Now, your OGs right here, which, remember, in my 5 cards, I have your trade binder, and you guys could check back on this. This was around a $7 to $8 card. I said 20 to 30. This will go up to. And, I mean, I was right. It does go up to that $28 mark. I think this card's going to get a lot more bought as we get closer and closer to the Blue Eyes deck. People understand that they need to play this card, especially with Quasar and all that, because most Blue Eyes builds I've seen have been playing this. So, yeah. Speedroid Terratop QC here. Funny thing, by the way, on my Blue Eyes video, which was the last video, I asked my audience, and I made it a quick 5-minute video because I don't like to waste anyone's time on them. If you guys don't know, I give you the information and I give you my thoughts very quickly. I'm not gonna make a 20-minute video out of it. And I remember I said, "What do you want to play with the new Blue Eyes stuff the most?" And I want to play Dragon Ruler. And I had this dumbass in the comment be like, "Oh, well, you want to play with it? Blue Eyes, man. What else?" And I'm like, I literally stated I was playing it with Dragon Ruler. Like, how more precise do you want me to get? It was crazy. Actually, I want to go over the QC since we're talking about crazy, because this is probably what, like $1 million bucks, 200, 210 still. I was beating myself over for not getting this card, but this card was never cheap. There was another Dual Nexus card that was cheap that I never got, but yeah, right here, 30 bucks. I mean, it's still kind of cheap, but they were as low as like 17, 20. I'm seeing some other movement here with Lars here. 40 up to 100, so your QC Lars heading right up. Speedroid Terratop, we've had some Speedroid movement here. $4 here. I mean, I've actually seen people play it with the new support too. A lot of people are really excited for it. You got F8 Don Dragster here, also going up to a $4 card. You got Cork Shooter here. This is back at that $14 mark, 15. I told people Legendary Duel Synchro Storm is definitely a single set where you kind of just choose which singles you think are going to be good and you go for it. Crystal Wing Ultras are like 17, 18 here, while the Ghosts are, I don't know why you would spend 17 on an Ultra when a Ghost is 25, but they're like 30, 35 here. It's funny because Synchro Storm boxes, where are they? Like 33. It's really funny. If these are 20 bucks, right? Not, 33, $20. You could buy this with the chance of Crystal Wing and Cork Shooter and like potential Ghost. And then you don't really have any good bulk here, unfortunately, but like I want to see what an OG Baron will kind of fetch you. I mean, we have QCs, all that. $3 is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's funny. I mean, $3, right? It's at least OG print. You got your QCs though at like, yeah, $16 going up to 20. So this card was a little lower. It was around, yeah, that $13, $14 mark. I mean, I kind of hope this card stays banned, personally. I just didn't like seeing it in every game I was playing. And that's kind of the thing with these generic cards. I mean, at least it was a synchro, not a link, so I'm not going to complain too much. But with that being said, guys, before you log off, hit that like button, all right? 100 likes takes you a second or two. Subscribe, and please let me know in the comment section below what cards I'm going over next Market Watch. I love it when you guys give me suggestions. I love it when you guys tell me to go over cards, and I love just talking to my community in general. Join our Discord, all right? It's free. We have a lot of awesome conversations there in the main chat. We have a hot takes. We have a stampede. It's awesome. So with that being said, guys, check out the sponsors, TCG, Tapio cards, and whatnot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.